All right, everyone, welcome back once again to this Beefcast presentation. I'm your casting host, Beef. This is going to be the IVD Tournament, number 27, brought to you by IVDYogiTime.com. Joining me as my co-caster is Jamil, a.k.a. Zurtoss. How's it going?
It's going all right, and we're about to go into Ohana with Lemondrops as a Terran versus Stefanovic as a Protoss.
Yeah, getting into, once again, another round of 32 match here. A best of one playing out on Ohana. We just had a very nice ZVZ as our first game of the day, but I'm excited about getting in here. Going to get to see all three of the races in our first two games, so got a nice little bit of racial diversity. Well, let's get right on into it. In the top left-hand corner on ESV Ohana, we do have the blue Terran. He's Lemondrops.
And in the bottom right, we have Stefanovic, an orange Protoss.
Now, it's kind of interesting to me that your name is Zurtoss. It has the word toss in it, and you're a Zerg player. His name is Stefanovic. That has Stefano in it, who's a Zerg player, and he's a Protoss. What is with you guys? There's a little bit of racial confusion here?
Oh, it's just Zerg and Protoss are my two favorite races. I don't have much love for the Terrans.
Yeah, nobody likes Terran too much. They're the overpowered cheesers in the game, right? But
well, once you learn how to deal with it, you're fine.
There you go. There you go. That's what I like to hear. Nobody QQ in here. All just saying, get better, play the game, have some fun. That's what I like to hear. But once again, this is being put on by IVDYogiTime.com. Please make sure to head over to IVDYogiTime.com for all the info on these tournaments. Make sure to click a link once per tournament. Helps to put out the prize pools for these events 3 times a week. Today's tournament is a silver and gold tournament, so getting our lower level players a chance to get recognized, get their games casted, and have some fun. Upcoming, I believe on Friday and Saturday, there's going to be some tournaments for all skill ranges, so that will be very much fun as well. I'll be casting another one of these on Friday. Unfortunately, Saturday I will be busy. But I hope that everybody gets to tune into as many of these as possible. And so let's take a look at what these players have going on right now. Stefanovic, our Protoss player, is going to be going for a 1-gate into a simulator right now. Going to be looking to get that gas up relatively early, and it looks like he could be doing something like a 1-gate expand. On the other side of the map, what does it look like our Terran player is up to?
Well, our Terran player Lemondrops has just finished his barracks, and he has started his orbital command, which is really great for getting that early economy going.
Yeah, it looked like he actually had a command center queued up there and then decided to stop that really quickly. Didn't quite start building it, and he wanted to get his orbital command up first, which was the proper route there, and then drops the CC right afterward on the high ground. Wants to be a little bit more conservative with the location of his orbital up there, and going to be blocking off that supply depot as well so that his opponent can't get a scout out, even though the probe right now is not over there. I want to make sure that there was no scout to begin with. He did go ahead and get up there and see that there was no early gases or anything like that. That's not a big deal. Normally you're not going to take early gases unless you're going to be going for some kind of one base Reaper or one base Reactor Hellion right off the bat. And
now it looks like Stefanovic is actually using his chrono boost to get out the warp gate technology a little bit earlier. He's now used 2 chronos on it. We might be seeing a 4-gate if he puts down 3 gateways in short order.
Yeah, that's very true, and he's banking up minerals right now, and we do see an additional gate going up to 3 gates for the time being, and as that goes up to 150 minerals here, we could be seeing a 4th gateway coming out. No expansion in sight for the time being, and just like you called it, that is indeed a 4-gate. He did only use 2 chrono boosts on his Nexus there, going to be minimizing his economy, maximizing his production with that warp gate technology.
And there goes a 3rd chrono right on it.
And with our Terran player going up to double gas right now and that command center, it's going to be relatively hard for him to hold his natural if he does choose to move that out in the next couple minutes here, as we do see a proxy pylon coming down very close to the Terran player's base. And that orbital command center is going to be moving into the natural right now, so he needs to get a bunker up very, very fast, or he could be hit very hard by this 4-gate.
That is right, and he does have a bunker going down, so...
yeah, 1 bunker and 1 supply depot.
We'll have to see. It might be close. It all depends on whether we get supply blocked over here on the Protoss side.
Yeah, the Protoss player right now banking all the way up to 700 minerals, so he's going to be able to warp in quite a lot of stuff. All the chrono boosts should be going into those gateways as they do come up here. A factory going to be started from our Terran player operating off of just 3 racks. He didn't stop to drop any reactors right now, so just going to be consistently making those Marines. And the Protoss player going to be moving up right there. No force fields have gone down just yet. One Guardian Shield is up, and the first Stalker does fall, but the units managed to make it into the bunker right there, and Zealots do manage to clean up the first few of the Marines. But first sentry does fall. The one with the Guardian Shield actually going to be dying right there as well. And the sentries are actually not going to be able to put out enough damage onto the SCVs repairing the bunker. Stalker's going to be continuing to warp in right here, but it looks like our Terran player might actually be able to hold this relatively easily right now. And
he's been able to repair that bunker, which has been absolutely key for him to hold this down.
Yeah, most certainly. A couple of SCVs falling here right now, but there is not a whole lot of opportunities for our Protoss player to make it up the ramp. A second bunker even to be going down right now as Marauders start to make their way onto the field. Very crucial in making sure that they pump out enough damage against these Stalkers, and it looks like our Protoss player is going to be retreating right now. One pylon even going to fall as another sentry gets warped in by our Protoss player, but it looks like this 4-gate has failed for the time being. And
meanwhile, our Terran player has Stim Pack almost done researching.
Yeah, with Stim going to be done here in about 45 seconds. A starport coming up. Reactor on his factory, so he's going to be able to start double medevac production very quickly here. Our Terran player is looking absolutely solid. He's going to hit a bit of a supply block here, but nothing that he can't overcome with a couple of supply depots. And our Protoss player not looking like he wants to fall back on some kind of an expansion. It looks like he's going to want to go in again. A sentry out there in front, though. The Guardian Shield does fall immediately. Zealot's going to be able to get a nice concave onto that bunker as the first bunker does, in fact, fall. A couple of Stalkers there on the low ground going to be able to put some nice damage into that supply depot, but that's not what he wants to be targeting right now. He needs to be taking out those bunkers, getting those combat units down, and all the Zealots have been wiped out at this point. Marauders and Marines going to be charging down the ramp right now, want to be able to take out those Stalkers and those Zealots. One Marauder is going to be falling here. And the Terran army going to retreat once again, knows that he's in a commanding economic position and tech-wise, so he's just going to fall back and play defensive, does not want to press his advantage for the time being.
Yes, and meanwhile, we see the Terran putting down another bunker just to be safe. He has some SCVs out there that are also standing by the bunkers in case he needs to quickly repair again.
Yeah, I think Lemondrops is actually playing this pretty perfectly at this point. Holding off a 4-gate is all about just trying to make sure that you have that first bunker up, not getting blasted in by that first push. Once you have that, it's all about just playing defensive and knowing that you have the economic and the tech advantage and not dying to somebody that's on relatively low tech level. Back home, though, we do see a Twilight Council coming down for our Protoss player, and so he could be going something like Blink. That could be an avenue of approach here. This is a relatively decent map to try to blink up here, or he could be going for something like DTs. DTs being something that could very well get him back into this game if he gets in there when the Terran player has no scans or no turrets down. Even though he has both of those engineering bays down and working, there are no turrets down at the front base, so that's something I'd like to see Lemondrops get here relatively soon. But we do see Zealot Charge actually going to be the method of choice right now. And
along with a chrono boost on it, so he wants that Zealot Charge out fairly quickly.
Yeah. So what do you think he's going to be able to do with that Zealot Charge? You think he's going to be able to press up that ramp still?
It's going to be quite difficult to press up that ramp with all those Marines, Marauders that have Stim and Combat Shield and 2 bunkers. I don't think Zealot Charge is the way he should go. I really think he should be taking his natural right now and trying to get back in the economic game.
Yeah. I think I could agree with you. But there's still no Nexus going down right now. And it's very unfortunate, because he's just going to be falling even further and further behind as that command center is doing work down there in the natural. And there's even a 3rd command center being dropped up in the main armory, going to be dropped soon so that he can continue upgrades 2-2. No forge down currently for our Protoss player. And finally, a Nexus is going to be dropped at the 12-minute mark here, along with a robotics facility. So with that,
it looks like our Terran player is pushing out. He wants to get rid of these proxy pylons.
Yeah,
that's going to help him quite a bit, so that he will no longer have to deal with these immediate warp-ins right at his home front.
Yeah, with 3 pylons out there on the map, if the Terran's able to clean all of those up, he's actually going to put his Protoss opponent in an even worse position, get a supply block him. That's 300 minerals. He does not want to have to spend rebuilding pylons. And there's actually a pretty fearsome Terran army moving out across the map right now. Marines, Marauders, Medevacs. We have a total of 6 Medevacs, 8 Marauders, and 28 Marines with Stim and 1-1, as well as Combat Shield. This is a pretty fearsome army, and this army should have no problem punching up the Protoss ramp. We'll see how our Protoss player Stefanovic does choose to defend this, as he is just coming off of that supply block from losing those pylons.
Yes, it will be difficult for our Protoss player to defend that. He has an observer, he just saw the army, but unfortunately his troops are 0-0, whereas the Terran's 1-1, plus he has the dropship support. It just does not look good for our Protoss player.
Yeah, and the Terran going to scan up right there, the Vice Big Stim, and he's able to just clean up every single one of those zealots. So a force field finally does go down there, but there is only 1 Stalker left as the only remaining combat unit against the giant Bio Ball marching into his Nexus. And that natural expansion is going to fall very quickly here. 2 charge lots going to be making their way into that Bio Ball, and GG comes out from our orange Protoss player. Lemondrops takes this series in dominant fashion after defending that 4-gate.
Yep, oh. And we did see a GG from our Protoss player, so we had a good-mannered game this time.
Yeah, no BM this time. But anyway, a nice game there. Very good defense, and then making sure not to overextend, not to press his advantage. Lemondrop executing very well there. He's going to be moving on to the next round. I'm excited to see where he goes. That was some very impressive play. Any final words here?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing Lemondrop's next game as well.
Yeah, me too. I've been your casting host, Beef. This has been IVDYogiTime.com, tournament number 27, a Gold and Silver League tournament. Joining me has been Zurtoss, a.k.a. Jamil. We're going to be moving on to the next round. We'll catch you there.